Hello everyone, and welcome back to Season 2, Episode 1 of Fish at Night, St. John Fisher College's premier nighttime talk show. My name's Dan Verno, I'm your host, and I'm so excited to get to this season. We have some incredible new surprises for you, some old friends coming back, so you got a lot to look forward to. The first surprise is actually coming in right now. I think I hear someone. Is he? I think he's coming from down here. Oh my God. Oh, there he is, guys. This is Mr. Chris Murray, and he is going to be my co-host this season. I'm very excited to have him here. Chris.
Dan, thanks for letting me stay here.
Oh, of course.
Really appreciate it.
Of course.
You know, rent gets expensive.
Oh, yeah, no, I know that feeling. So, to start off, tell our fans about yourself.
Sure. So my name's Chris Murray. I'm a junior here at St. John Fisher College, media and communication major, management minor. Very impressive. That's a little introduction, I think.
Yeah?
Why don't we move into some discussion?
All right.
Get the show riled up.
Okay. Well, let's start here. How are you going to make this show great? Because, I'm pretty great. I had a great show going before, but then I made the executive decision to have you on. So
sure.
Why is that the right choice? Tell our fans.
Well, now that I'm actually living under this table here and not paying rent, my rent is actually to improve this show. Oh. So really I'm going to be trying to bring my best effort, my spirits, some action, some adventure, some excitement to the show. Adventure. To try to make the show, the best it can be.
I'm trying to go on an adventure.
Are you?
You got anything in mind?
Yes. I've been watching a lot of kung fu movies recently.
You know what? You told me about that. Mm-hmm. All right, tell me more.
So some old stuff, some like Shaolin versus Wu-Tang, stuff that was sampled from the Wu-Tang albums. You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking.
So I'm thinking maybe we can scrounge out some sort of travel budget, maybe go train with the Shaolin monks if you're interested at all. If you think we could do that.
Okay, well, I'm just going to move on to the next idea.
Sure.
Tell me about some of your dreams and aspirations besides, being a kung fu star.
Besides the kung fu star, well, when I'm not interested in kung fu, I'm usually talking about like wizards, casting spells, enchantments and whatnot, creating potions, so.
How does that usually work out for you?
Never great, because most of that stuff's not real so much, so.
Has it ever worked out for you?
No. Which is why I'm kind of in kung fu right now, because I'm trying to make some steps there.
The key
maybe come back to wizards later.
The key is persistence. You just got to keep trying.
I'm not going to give up, for sure.
That's true for anything, honestly.
Absolutely. Apply that to any way you want.
Chris, I'm just going to open up to you. What do you want to talk about?
Something that's been on my mind, and since I'm a little hungry at the moment, I'm curious what your stance is on the different value meals across the fast food industry. You got Taco Bell's $5 big box. You got the 4 for $4. Why don't you take me down that road,
This
Dan?
is serious stuff. Like, this is no joke. Like, me and my buddies, we know all about all the value meals. So we got the 4 for $4. I think that's where it started at Wendy's. You get, they upgraded it now. So 4 for $4, you can get like one of 8 sandwiches. You get your fries, you get your nuggets.
No kidding. You
can't get a Frosty with it. I think that's obscene.
Yeah.
Like, I live
That would
for
really
the
seal the
Frosties.
deal, though.
But besides that, the $5 fill-up from KFC.
Okay.
A lot of people, bypass KFC because they're like, oh, it's KFC, it's good once every 3 months, but KFC on the low, really, it's really something.
See, here's the thing with the value meals, in my opinion, what makes a good value meal is when you get a drink with the food.
Yeah.
Because if I have to buy a drink separately, what's the value?
Honestly, it should be expected.
For sure. Which is why the $5 Taco Bell box is my favorite. You get a rotating cast of characters on there.
Oh, gosh.
Sometimes you get the Cinesticks. Sometimes you get taco. You always get the Doritos taco. Sometimes you get a stack, maybe a burrito. And you always get the medium drink. And if you're not getting the Baja Blast, you're a fool. You're doing it wrong.
I haven't drank soda in like 4 or 5 years now.
Ooh.
Wow. Okay. So you think that Taco Bell has the superior?
Yeah, if you're looking for the most bang for your buck, I would say that Taco Bell is probably the way to go.
What about Hanwha and Penfield? They got a nice little lunch special going. You can get a full thing of Chinese food for like $6. Like, I go there, get my Kung Pao chicken. I get the little noodle things. The ones I'm talking about. They're like dry noodles. That's my place. I love Chinese food.
Can't say I've ever been there.
Wow, hate to see it. You should really get more cultured around Rochester.
Apparently.
This guy is from like Albany or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Yikes, hate to see it. Well, I think we're closing in, but that's a brief introduction to Chris Murray. He's going to be around all year. I'm very excited to have him here, but when we come back, we will have Maddie Seaman from the Student Activities Board. Stay tuned.
What to expect when you're expecting
Like here.
a teenager.
Today, I'm going to show you how to team-proof your home. First step, hide the car keys, preferably somewhere they would never look. Challenges will come up. Be ready for them. Hi, honey.
Ready for the...
Mom, you don't use mannequins in the mannequin challenge.
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
And so that's when I told the guy, you know, I'm not going to eat the hot dog.
Come on, Dan.
No,
this guy
I know.
This guy.
It's really something. Oh, didn't see you guys there. Welcome back. Today I have Maddie Seaman. She is part of Student Activities Board. I honestly don't even know what her role is. So, Maddie, let's start the discussion right there. Tell us about what you do for St. John Fisher College's Student Activities Board.
So I'm the nightlife coordinator. So basically what I do is I do things that are going to be later at night. So just to get people out of their rooms on like nights and weekends so they have an alternate thing to do, or if commuters want to come to them too, that's kind of what I do. Bring people in, musicians, things like that.
Commuters are included?
Commuters are included,
Nice.
of course, always.
Nice.
My two commuters right here.
Yeah,
course.
little known fact, both of us are commuters.
Absolutely.
Yeah, commuter life, it's lit. So tell us more about some of these late night events you bring in. You say musicians, but what else do you have?
Yep, so I'm doing, last semester I started Jam and Java, so that is kind of like a chill coffee house vibe. So some of them are open mic, some of them are going to be where I bring in people. Actually, in February I have one, and it's I'm bringing in Fly By Midnight. They're a duo, a male duo, and they're super cool. They do covers of some rap, hip hop. They're really, I saw them at a conference that I went to. They're awesome. So I'm doing that. I'm also doing Extreme Laser Tag. That'll be super cool. It's going to be an SLC, just like real laser tag, but at Fisher.
What makes it extreme? Just the fact that it's at
The
Fisher?
fact that it's not at a laser tag place. So it'll be really cool.
Is it like campus wide, or is it like?
No, it's going to be in SLC. The lights are going to be down. They bring in like obstacles that you can go around and do. So it'll be really cool.
You ever had a bad laser tag experience?
Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
I think it was about 9 years old. My buddy Tyler Argy, it was like third grade or so. We had laser tag we had his birthday party at laser tag, and it was, I did not have a good time. I remember crying. Like, I don't remember why I cried, but I remember I was not having very much fun.
Well, Dan, you know where you will have a good time? At the laser tag
Yeah.
here on
Yeah,
campus.
that goes for everyone. Okay?
And everybody. Everyone's
So,
invited.
Support SAB's events. Get involved. That's the next point we like to bring up. At Fisher, everyone's involved. So what does that mean to you?
I think it definitely just means like having a sense of community in a very different way. So there's like, you go to classes and you have all your friends in that way. But if you get involved on campus and you join a club, you get to kind of go to the next level of being a part of the Fisher community, and you kind of get a whole new experience when you're involved. So
For sure. It's all about making lasting relationships with new people. That's really what college is all about. I mean, these
Right.
two, I didn't know these two before coming here, but I got involved, and now
Here
got
we
a
are.
couple, got a
we
couple
are.
of good ones by
Involvement.
me. So for people watching at home that are thinking, hey, okay, so I'm trying to get involved. I want to be like part of this cool activities board that's like doing all these cool things on campus. What is your advice to those people?
And definitely just come to a committee meeting, come to an event. Like if you come to an event and you're like, hey, like this is awesome, how can I get more involved? We'll tell you everything you can do to get involved. We have office hours. Our office is in the SGA office, like that space. So you can come visit us, come talk to us about what we do. We're always ready to tell you about like what our position is, what other positions are on the board, and definitely come to committee. It's Tuesdays during free period, so.
They usually have food.
Free food, free
Free
lunch.
food.
So.
Is it pizza? Are we talking to Bella Subs? Like, what's the move?
Mix it up. It's pretty much different every week. Pizza, Chinese.
Yikes.
Yikes. Pizza, Chinese. Sometimes we do Panera, Moe's, Chipotle.
So you're really-
The works.
We hook you guys up, so definitely come Tuesdays, free
All
period.
right, so you guys hear that at home? That might be a move. What inspired you to get involved with SAB?
What inspired me, so when I was a freshman, my O-team leader was Kyle Cataldo, who was the president. I believe he was also media management, so in this
great
realm.
guy.
The OG.
He was my O-team leader, and he said, hey, you should come to an SAV meeting. And I went the first week. I was like, wow, this is awesome. And then, I just kept going, and then I was on the e-board when he was president, so it was really cool.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's a tied and true story of the American dream right there. You just go for it and you do it, right? All right, what's one of your all-time favorite memories from an SAB event? You've been on campus for a while now, so there's quite a few, so tell me.
I think my all-time favorite memory is the first event that I actually planned. It was a Valentine's DIY event. It was like a really chill, laid-back event, Valentine's Day coming up. It was just like make something for somebody who you think's cute or something. But it was my first event, and it was just super fun, and just to like see everybody having fun and smiling and just being in the moment was really, really cool.
What more can you ask for?
Yeah, so that begs the question, who do you find cute?
Oh, you, Dan Burnham. You're real cute.
God.
Very nice.
I was not ready for that. Yikes, okay.
Fish at Night, bringing people together.
Fish at Night, truly is.
Yep.
Well, that's pretty much all the time we have for you, but any final bits of advice you have for the students on campus?
Have fun. Live your life. You only have 4 years here, so make it worth it every second.
That's true. Almost done. I'm sad.
I know, so sad. Like, we're gonna graduate next year.
Stay tuned for graduation.
Yay.
That's not what's coming after this commercial.
I'm just gonna graduate.
No. After this commercial break, we will have Alex Wilmes from the Feminist Alliance, and she will be talking about some events that transpired this past week, so stay tuned. On Monday, the campus encountered several flyers that were posted by an outside alt-right group. These hateful flyers said, "No means no," and hashtag "My border, my choice," in an effort to spread their anti-immigration beliefs. In response to the posting of these flyers, the campus community reacted in a plethora of ways. Today I have with me Alex Wilmes, the president of Feminist Alliance, who is going to be talking a little bit about the whole situation and the events that transpired. Welcome, Alex.
Thanks for having me, Dan.
Of course. Now, to start off, tell us a little bit about yourself and what your roles are on campus.
Yeah, of course. So, as you said, my name's Alex. I am a psych major senior here at Fisher. I'm also a double minor in Women and Gender Studies and American Studies. I am Feminist Alliance president as well as diversity senator, and I'm involved with a lot of the work through the diversity office here as well.
All right, fantastic. Now, tell us about the events that transpired on Monday the 22nd.
Yeah, so over the weekend, the president and the vice president of Feminist Alliance received an email from the Women and Gender Studies department saying that other campuses around the nation and worldwide were going to be receiving these flyers. So our campus wasn't affected yet, but the co-chair of the department, Lisa Cunningham, just told us to be wary on the lookout for them. So Monday morning, I got a text. And they were saying, Alex, like they're on campus, they're posted in Cyber and PIOC, all over the place. So I immediately wanted to do something. We brought all the flyers to Campus Life and Security, and we were just hoping to somehow put an end to the flyers. So that's kind of just the gist of how Monday morning went.
About how many flyers did you guys pick off the walls?
Oh, there were several. On the walls themselves, or at least 10 on the walls, but then there were a bunch of flyers that were all over Ralph Wilson just on tables. So you could walk past one of the tables in Ralph Wilson and there was like at least 10 flyers of themselves just sitting on the table. So
Okay, so you knew about this before most people on campus. In fact, when I arrived to campus that morning, I didn't even know about what happened until I received an email from you. So tell me about how, obviously you were quick to react to it, but moving forward, how are we going to prevent something like this in the future?
Yeah, so this is actually not the first time that something has happened on our campus. There was, I believe, a posting last year with swastikas on flyers, and there was also, after Trump was elected, there were flyers that were posted around campus in regards to privilege. So this isn't the first time that we've seen a group of individuals trying to push their agenda by using flyers. So through all those other times, we haven't really been able to stop it from happening again because it happened again. So what we're hoping to do this time around is to create more dialogue. So you feel this way about immigration, you feel this way about rape and rape culture. Let's talk about it. So like you had mentioned, I sent out an email pretty much addressing campus. This isn't a Republican Democrat issue. This isn't, me versus you. This is our entire campus that's affected. And if you have your opinions, then talk about it. Talk to us about it. So we actually have a couple events set up this week. We had an event today on Wednesday that was listening tables. So it was more one-on-one basis. Anyone could come to these tables and just sit down and talk to people. I actually got to experience one of the discussions going on, and we actually had the new VP of Student Affairs at our table as well. And it was so nice to see support from the administration as well during these tough times. We also have an event on Thursday during free period. It's the Town Hall Council. So it's another way of talking about the issue, but more in a huge group setting rather than one-on-one. So it'll be in Golisano Gateway, and people will be pretty much voicing their opinions and just sharing how they felt in reaction to the flyers. And then we'll break out into small group discussions for sustained dialogue, which will help further the conversation. We also have an idea in the works called the Diversity Action Plan, which involves all the diversity clubs and anyone else who is interested in it to kind of make diversity more aware on campus. There's no date set yet as to when we're going to be doing this, but that's something that is in the works as well.
That's truly fantastic, and I want to bring up 2 points, and the first of which is that you guys have done an amazing job in creating all of these opportunities for students to come out and talk about everything that went down, because these are serious issues. But the other thing I want to bring up is that as a student, this creates a small sense of fear in the student population, because first of all, we're not entirely sure who posted the flyers, right? And we're pretty sure it's people outside of the college. And so that just makes us question, how, we're a private institution, how are these people coming onto our campus and posting all this propaganda that we don't, as a school, we don't align ourselves with, and, you should not be here, So that's something I like to bring up, and I'm not sure if that's a question of security or what, but, how has that affected you and people you've talked to?
Yeah, so immediately on Monday, that was one of the main questions that a lot of people asked. I got in my email that I sent out, I said, if anyone feels the need to contact me, please let me know. And a bunch of people emailed me and they were like, we're scared. And they were looking for a safe space to just talk about it. Because it's one of those things where we do have immigrants on our campus. We have people who are part of immigrant families. We have people who have been victims of sexual assault and people who have witnessed their friends and family be victims of it. So to have this flyer that perpetuates anti-immigration by using words such as no means no as a joke, it is fearsome. So what I've been telling people is that, from my recollection, the only thing that I'm aware of is that it is an outside organization. There has been nothing that has been mentioned saying that there's any students on campus involved. I have heard, however, that there are some students on our campus who are in support of the flyers. A lot of students have used the whole idea behind free speech as a means to kind of justify the flyers. I know security has been looking into footage trying to see who did it. As far as I know, though, everywhere that the flyers are posted were public areas, meaning that you wouldn't need swipe access to get into them, which also raises the other question of security as well. If these people are coming onto our campus pushing this hatred, then who's to say they won't attack those people who are immigrants or who have been victims? Who's to say that they're not going to spew hatred and come on our campus again and personally attack them in person rather than doing flyers? That's the whole thing behind security. It's you want to feel safe in your surroundings, but when something like this happens, all you have is this embedding of fear in you. But at the same time, living in fear is also not the right way to live. So that's why we have events like these to kind of show people yes, this is the fear, but this is how you overcome it. And this is how you talk about it.
So taking a step back, I don't want to bash on Fisher Security because obviously they do a lot for us, but I park in a faculty parking spot and it takes them 5 minutes to come find me. So what's the difference between that and, at night when there's very little activity on campus? Like, I feel like it should be obvious for them to catch on to this. So, what's going on there? What do you think?
So that's actually another issue that a lot of the diversity clubs had as well, because last year former president of the Feminist Alliance, Shannon, and then one of our other former e-board members as well, Sarah, after Trump's election, went around campus with flyers talking about privilege and how it must be a privilege to not have to worry about what Trump will do as president. And within the first 30 seconds, they were pulled from class and taken to security. Now, that reaction was quick. The reaction that people had to these flyers were not quick.
Yeah.
And like you said, you park in the wrong parking lot and they ticket you within they're literally sitting in the parking lot saying, oh, you can't park here. So why is it so easy for them to do that? But then when it comes to something as terrible as these flyers, the reaction is delayed. So that's actually an accurate reaction that people have been, or question that people have been having, is why is it that a parking ticket is more important than the Fisher community safety?
No, for sure. And one question I want to ask is, have you had an open dialogue with safety and security about this? Have they come to the tables? Have they, made any effort to talk to the students openly about this, or has it just kind of been put it under the rug on the down low?
I haven't spoken with security. I know that Campus Life has spoken with security. Because when the flyers are posted and Campus Life was aware of it, I know Tia immediately ran over to security, because Tia's been wonderful in all of this and she's been really supportive, and she was immediate when she went over to security and was like, this is what's going on. But I haven't seen them at tables. We still have the event tomorrow, so hopefully someone will be able to come over tomorrow. It would just be nice to hear from them, because it's easy to misunderstand security when you're not a security member of this campus. So to hear their perspective and what they're doing would be very beneficial, because all the students want to know. They want to know, who are these people? Yeah. Why was it so easy for them to come on our campus? Why is it so easy for you to give us a parking ticket?
Yeah. And I don't want to bash on security, but these are essential questions that we have to ask, because in the end, it's you guys are our security. But in this situation, I didn't feel very secure. I mean, obviously the events happened before, I knew about it, but still, just the fact that it was able to happen and that this was such a big thing, it's upsetting, it's scary, I don't know, it's just a little disheartening. But I mean, I know how this school is. We all have so much pride and we all love each other so much. And for the general consensus is that we're all pretty good people with good morals and ethics. So, I don't know. I just see it as a moment of weakness for our campus, but I think we're gonna be able to rise back after it.
I actually participated in a session on Saturday, and there was a quote that was born out of that, and it was strength in numbers.
Yep.
And I think that's very important after this, because prior, in our past conversation with talking about fear, it's easy to be in fear and live in fear and to just stay there. But to have strength in numbers, you can make revolutionary changes, and that's the type of change that is going to happen to this campus. I will make change on this campus before I leave.
That's good.
And so many other people are in the same boat, because we are tired of seeing this happen and tired of seeing it become so prevalent for a week and then it just dies out.
And that's what it's all about. We have to be able to rise up and say, hey, this is, this was 3-4 weeks ago, but this is still an issue. We can't just forget about it. We have to have student leaders who are willing to keep the conversation going and strive and work towards something greater. So I just want to say thank you for coming on and talking about this. Obviously, this is a very serious issue on this campus, but I think you shed a really decent amount of light onto most of the situations at hand. I just want to ask if you have any final statements or things you'd like to say to the audience.
Yeah, of course. So just one thing that I have to say, because someone had brought it to my attention earlier. The free speech thing. We are all entitled to our difference of opinion. Everyone should respect each other's opinions and try to learn from the opinions that don't correspond with your own. But freedom of speech should not be equated to hate speech. And on a campus that is full of people who are minorities, who do not have the privilege that many of us do, including myself, it's not okay to just justify hate by saying, oh, I'm allowed to do this.
Yeah.
We should learn to respect one another. And like you said, Fisher's a loving community. We just need to be better at showing it. So hopefully in the next upcoming weeks, we continue to show it through these types of events and through just talking to one another.
All right. Fantastic. Alex, thanks for coming on.
Thank
I
you for
really
having me.
appreciate it. We're going to cut to commercial, but when we come back, I'll have a final couple of words for you, and then that'll be it. So stay tuned.
We cannot be bystanders.
We can stop to make sure someone is okay.
We can warn someone when their drink isn't safe.
And disrupt the situation.
We can.
Get someone the cab.
Or walk them home safely.
We can make campuses safer for our friends.
Our roommates.
Our classmates. Our fellow human beings.
We cannot be bystanders.
We can intervene.
It's on us.
All of us.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Welcome back, everyone. It's been an amazing first episode. We've talked about some fun things. We've talked about some serious things. And now it is time to just do whatever I want to do. And you know what I want to do? I want to have a rock, paper, scissors contest. So that's what we're going to do. Chris,
Yes, sir.
I want to win. So lose.
You got a 1/3 chance of winning.
Yeah, we're going best 2 out of 3 here.
Yes, sir.
Shoot on shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh, snap. All right, that's a tie. Wait, hold on. Okay.
I respected that you threw rock
Decompress a little.
first. You
Yeah,
threw
no, rock first, always a solid
Textbook,
move.
everyone throws scissors
Honestly,
first.
if you
But
throw
clearly-
scissors first, you're a scrub.
Right.
Okay.
Clearly I'm
all right.
dealing with a
Moving
professional
on.
here.
All right. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh, see? And that's what happens. See, he thinks he's
Very
smart.
nice, very
And I
nice.
come out with the paper to cover his rock.
That's why he's the host of the show.
That's
folks.
why I'm the host, honestly. And then we're going to close it out with scissors. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Wow. Okay, so we both threw scissors. That was a bold move. I was scared he was going to throw a rock. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. And there it is. You know, quick session of rock, paper, scissors. Honestly, that's just me. That's one of my best games. That and what you doing? You going home?
Yeah, I guess that's it for me.
All right. Well, it looks like Chris is going home.
Thanks
So-
for having me on the show,
Oh
Dan.
yeah, no, yeah, for sure. I'll be by with some food tomorrow and the next day, and then like next week I'll hit you up like an hour or two before the show starts.
Yeah.
And, yeah. All right. Cool. So that's about it for today. My name's Dan Verno. As always, this has been Fish at Night, and I can't wait to see you next week.